So, first question. Why do you support Joe Biden?
Oh, well, let me see. I want to see what's the most important thing for me. I want to bring the country back to decency. I want a government that actually works, ending the cruelty. It's very important to me. I want to reclaim our place in the world. I have friends in about a half a dozen European countries who just, they don't get it. They don't understand that this is America now. And so I want to claim our place. I want a solid foreign policy. I certainly don't want the Russians to keep putting bounties on our soldiers. That's very important to me. I worry about stripping rights. For instance, Roe versus Wade. And it doesn't matter whether I personally support right to life, but I do support a woman's right to choose. I don't want the strides we've made in equal rights for all people, whether it's black or brown or gay or straight or any of those rights to be stripped, that we all can just live together. That's really important. And we are at the verge. We have a lot of racial divide. So if anything, he's pointed out what has always been here. So I want equality for humanity, you know. So that's where I am on it, you know. And I think that the little stunt we saw with Trump coming out is so egregious to the 210,000 people who have died from COVID. For him to stand up there and say, "Don't let it dominate you, don't be afraid." I've lost several really close friends to COVID, and literally I could have cried when he said that. So we want that. We want health care. We're the richest country in the world. It's ridiculous we don't have a health care system that takes care of all of us. You know, that's just like, it's like being in the Twilight Zone or something. That's crazy. And I really want to see Biden. I love Biden's platform for education, like preschool education for children. That's important. That's where they first learn to learn. Free community colleges, reduced loans for state university and colleges. That's important. We don't want a dumb generation of people. You know, we want people to have the opportunity to be whatever it is they can be, and to have that educational step to do that. So, you know, whether it's a community college or a four-year university. I mean, I have grandchildren that have enormous student loan debt. That's crazy. You don't even get a chance to start on your life. And where I am now, which is retired, but when I was my grandchildren's age, I could afford to buy a new house. And most importantly, I want a living wage for everybody. I want fairness. So decency, fairness, progressing further than we are as a society, recognizing that we're all in this, no matter what color you are or sexual preference or whatever. We need to do this. We need to be strong. We need to have jobs and technology and you know, climate is not the whole climate denying is to me like, you know, the glacier just melted faster than it has for over 250 years. That's scary, you know. I mean, Manhattan will be underwater.
It is, and I actually read something recently that the glaciers are melting at the rate that scientists say is the worst possible outcome.
Yeah, I believe that as well. And so you can't, I mean, you know, the absurd thing about the fires in California is when Trump makes a statement like you have to have forest management, almost vast majority of those forests are national lands. How about it? You know, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't have the intellectual capacity to grasp it. He doesn't have the empathy to understand people are suffering. And we've lost, when we had the 210,000 Americans dead from a disease that certainly he's not responsible for it, but he did nothing to mitigate it. And here we are. And then you look at his supporters, and I'm thinking, what aren't they getting? What don't they get? I don't hate anybody. I don't hate them. I won't be bullied by them, but I don't hate them. I just can't figure it out. What I finally deduced was the reason he has this rabid base of fans is he has legitimized hate in America, and they hate what he hates, and in fact he gave them even more people to hate. So when you're bound to somebody by a mutual hate, that can't be good. Can't be good. So we can write this, or it will be the end of our democracy. We are right now on the brink of failing on the greatest governmental experience there is, and you studying government, you'll know that. You know.
So before I move on to the next question, I want to say I'm sorry for the losses you've incurred
Thank you.
due to COVID-19.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, the next question about Biden's past as senator, things he said, things he's done, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There are clips of Biden on C-SPAN and even, I think, CNN, of Biden saying he wants to cut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all those things while he was senator during, I think, the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Why should we trust Biden to not do
okay,
this?
so here's a couple of reasons to do that. You're talking 40-some years ago. Okay? So the other thing is, don't trust even film clips. I don't. I'll tell you how I get my news. I'll watch Fox. I will watch MSNBC or CNN. But I love, like, PBS, because all they do is report the news. The other thing I do is I go and I look at I pick up foreign papers. What are the foreign papers saying? And that was very crucial during the Vietnam War, because what was happening here was kind of like suppression. So it was the foreign news that really said, well, this is what's going on, say, in Vietnam. I look back at his past, and for the most part, can I forgive? Like, I was a little concerned. Let me tell you. You know, he approved that crime bill, and you know, where are you now? So what I'm looking at is, where are you right now? What are your policies? I read them on the website. The other thing is, his government will be more of a widespread coalition. So let me give you an example. Over here, far left, you will have AOC. You know, very, very progressive, the Green New Plan. Over here, you'll have more moderate, you know. And you will have a Bernie person. You'll have Elizabeth Warren. You will have people in his government that I don't know if they're ever going to be in his government, but like Julian Castro, we should care about, you know, the Hispanic, because, well, they're making up a large portion of our population. And so I look at, what's he doing to coalition build? Because in doing that, when you look at that, you'll see the check and balance. And with Trump, it's nothing. With Trump, it's all or nothing. And there is no more Republican Party. I was raised in a household that was Republican. My father was a Republican state committeeman. And, you know, I mean, I can't imagine if he were alive what he would think, because the Republican Party used to be very fiscally responsible, conservative, and now we're at $1 trillion plus in debt. You know, national debt is horrible. And so, you know, I want to see us reverse some of these things. And again, I shared your concern. Well, let's see. But I did my research. You know, weighing it. Now, if we were really honest, we'd say about time for a third party to come in here. But maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't.
Maybe, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that's good, I guess.
So my next question follows up on his past, specifically with things he's said. Like specifically his more racial comments. Like for example, I think it was either this year or last year, I forget. But Biden said that black people that vote for Trump aren't black.
A lot of people who vote for Trump aren't black.
What?
A lot of people who vote for Trump aren't black.
Yes, I
There you go.
think I think I remember that correctly.
If you were black, why the hell would you vote for Trump? Sorry. That doesn't even that is like, for me, that's crazy. I mean, people that are peacefully protesting are called Antifa. He doesn't even know what that is, because it
Okay, I
isn't.
understand. I can just take
Thugs, criminals. Come on, Trump ordered the execution, wanted the execution of 5 innocent young men in New York City. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we all have
I don't understand why any person of color would say, "Oh, Trump is who I
Is that
want."
okay?
He has done nothing to advance that, and in fact has done everything to create this racial unrest. So, now, that doesn't even make sense.
Okay, follow-up question to that. You said that Trump created this racial mess. Right?
Yeah, he certainly throws gasoline on the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, it's a clarification. He doesn't offer alternatives or calming words. He just throws gasoline on the fire.
Okay.
And in doing so, it creates this continual continual divisions and continual anger. And it creates anger with Trump supporters too. I mean, everybody's so angry. Wouldn't you like to get to a place where we're not so angry?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Who wouldn't?
But sadly, I was born into it.
Yeah, you're born into it, and you're going to have a huge burden, my friend. And that's what makes me sad. I look at you and think, man, this kid's probably going to go, who knows? He's going to be in the diplomatic corps, he's going to be in the Senate, he's going to be... Does he even have a chance? And I'm hoping you do. I like smart people.
So, my final question is about the alleged sexual assault accusations facing both Trump and Biden.
Yeah. Well, Biden's proved untrue. She recanted. Additionally, and the reason she did that is she had family and friends. There was only one. She had family and friends who called her out. For Trump, he's got up to 30-some women elected. Now, what's interesting, I mean, you heard it on the tapes, what he thinks of women. And then the other thing I don't understand, if you're a woman, why the hell you vote for him? But it's in court now for his DNA because, so we can put that to bed. But he literally doesn't have much use for women. He calls them names. He called Kamala nasty woman. I mean, come on. That's so juvenile, So,
I forgot my mask. Sorry. Right.
yeah. You gotta be crazy to be a woman and think Trump says your best interest. He doesn't. Sad. It's sad. Plus, his relationship's kind of creeping me out.
Understandable.
Yeah, he's got his policy wouldn't have allowed his wife to come in here, let alone her parents.
Reject!
But whatever. All right, I'm going to go down to the lodges.
All right, thanks.
Hey, good luck, okay?
Yes, thank you.
And